Hi guys, welcome to Lewis Bailey Health and Fitness. Today I'm going to speak to you about functional training. Just a couple of days ago I done a Facebook Live, it was Tuesday evening, and I was talking all about functional training, the benefits to it and why it's so great. One of the things that it's really hard to do is actually trying to explain what functional training is without actually giving a demonstration. So what I'd like to do today is just to quickly talk about the benefits to functional training and why, in my opinion, it's the best way to train, but also to give like a bit of a demonstration how you can utilise it to get the most out of your body. So in terms of functional training and what it is, we've got to start kind of really thinking about the way that the human body moves and the way that we move kind of day to day, and it's all about really kind of training in patterns. So the human body moves in three planes of motion. So we move forwards and backwards, okay, we move side to side, and we also move in rotation. And no matter what movement we are doing throughout the days, we're going to be utilising these planes of motion right the way throughout. So from an exercise point of view, is functional training can really kind of enhance that. And it can really help you with the way that you're moving day to day, the way that you're performing, whether it's something that you are doing in terms of a particular sport. If you're playing sport, you know, functional training is incredibly beneficial for sports and sport performance. Even if you are just if you're in the house all day not doing much, but you're picking things up and you're tidying around, you're going to be doing a lot of bending, twisting, turning, and you're going to be utilising a lot of different joints all across the body all at the same time. And because of these kind of situations that we kind of deal with day to day and we put the body through, is that if we are strong in these different planes of motion, then we are more able to do the things that we can do day to day and just be good at the things that we like to do as well. So that's the kind of the benefits to it from a functional perspective of the human body. But also at the same time is what we need to look at is the fact that we're training a lot of different muscles all at the same time, which does mean it's a lot harder. I will admit that it is hard work. But at the same time is that we're getting so much more benefit from a calorific point of view, is because the more muscles that you're using, you know, the more calories that you're going to burn. Okay, also as well at the same time is because there's so many muscles being used all the way across the body, then there's a high oxygen demand. So if there's a high oxygen demand, then it means the heart and lungs have got to work harder as well. So also at the same time we have a great cardiovascular effect. So with this kind of training is that it helps the muscles get into great shape, and we're hitting a lot of muscles all at the same time. It helps with the heart and lungs, okay, so we're getting a hell of a lot fitter. It helps us become a lot more kind of dynamically strong. It helps us move better. It helps us perform better. For me, it is the best way to train, without a doubt. So the only time that I would say that maybe functional training doesn't really have much of a place, not completely, but doesn't have much of a place is in bodybuilding, and that's the only time that I would say that. But if you're not a bodybuilder and you just want to get yourself into real good shape, then this is certainly a way to go, and this is a way that we train a lot of our clients. So what I'll do now is just show you a little kind of demonstration of movements and movement patterns that you can utilise, and then how you can bring this into some form of training for yourselves in your own program. So there's different bits of equipment that you can use. You can use the likes of this, the old Viper. I'll show you quickly how to use that, just introduce that quickly. But if you haven't got a Viper available, you can just use light dumbbells or no weights at all, that's absolutely fine. So if we just take our trusty old Viper here, holding on to the handles, we can now start thinking about different ways that we're going to start moving the body. So we want to move it in those three planes that I mentioned before, which is forwards and backwards, side to side, and in rotation as well. So let's just take a lunge as an example first of all. So if we were to start off with a lunge, we can lunge forward and we can also reach forward as well at the same time, holding on to this. So if we are in this position here and we take a step forward and we hold on to the Viper and we reach forwards down to the ground, or even up at shoulder height or into the air, wherever you want to, and then bring it back again. There's no kind of right or wrong for this, and we're going wherever the body wants to go. So if you want to go down to the floor, then go that way. So from there you can lunge, you can reach out, and then you can bring it back. And you can lunge, reach out, and then bring it back. And the more that you start doing that, you're not going to need a heavy weight with any of this. The more that you start doing that is the more you're going to start feeling the demands to it, okay? It gets hard work, so always go light with this as well. So that was just kind of going forwards and backwards, and that's kind of utilising what we would call a sagittal plane. Now, you can also use the transverse plane as well. Let's stick to a lunge and let's just keep it simple. So if we do the lunge now, we're still going to lunge forward. This time I'm going to bring in the rotational element to it. So as the left leg goes forward this time, I'm going to rotate to my left as we're into the lunge that way, and then we're coming back again. I'm going to lunge and rotate, and then back again, lunge, rotate, and then back again. Okay, yeah, so that was utilising more of the transverse plane from the upper body. We can now do the same as well, using the frontal plane, which is side-to-side motion. Okay, so with this one, okay, what we can do is lunge forward, and then just side bend the body, and then bring it back. Okay, so from there we lunge forward, and we side bend, and we come back. Side bend, and come back. It's easier to see this way. We lunge forward, we side bend, and then we bring it back. And essentially, there's no point in me saying to you that, you know, you work this muscle or you work that muscle. Is because you're using everything, okay, yeah, but you're using it, okay, in different planes of motion. And that's the beauty in essence to it, is that you are attacking the majority of muscles all over your body. So you can also do the same thing in a squat, okay, so let's just say, for example, we wanted to squat and we want to reach forward with the viper and bringing it back, or reach up with the viper and bringing it back. There's the sagittal plane. If you want to use frontal plane, side to side, we can squat down, reach over to one side, squat down, reach over to the other. Okay, if you want to use transverse plane, you can squat down, you can twist and reach that way, twist and reach that way. Okay, so you can start now looking at utilising one or two simple exercises, but bringing now different planes of motion in there. You can also do it kind of reaching down to the ground, where you might take like a variant of a deadlift. So you step forward with one leg, you're reaching down, and then you come back again. You step forward, reach down, but this time maybe go into rotation, and then come back again. And it's endless. There's plenty and many things that you can do with this now. So it's down to your own kind of imagination. Just utilise those three planes of motion. Now, in terms of how this carries over day to day, is that if you're handling a shopping or you pick something up off the ground, then you will do this kind of in that position where you'll step forward, you'll reach down, you'll pick something up, and you'll come back up again. And you'll be mimicking patterns that you do day to day, you just don't think about it. So this is just part of the key benefits to functional training. It's really, really good for your body, and it's, for me, without a doubt, it's the best way to train. If you want to find out more about functional training, if you want any help with it, then just email me on this thread, okay, or just email lewis@lewisbailey.co.uk anytime you want, and I'll help you out as much as I can. So try that, let me know how you get on, and if you have any problems, then just give me a shout. I'll see you soon.